You know, you want to protect your child, you want to hold on to them, but really is about letting them find their own way and letting them go.
Irgendetwas an dir ist anders. Ich weiß nicht, was es ist.
Sie hat Beine, du Dussel.
Why do we need movies like The Little Mermaid that get us into another world?
You know, I feel the world is, you know, harsh in many ways, right? So the opportunity to be able to disappear into this specific movie as an example, I think it really can lift your soul.
But I also think the movie is not just about Arielle who wants to be in the above world. It's also about finding your path and finding your way in life.
Yeah.
And
That's her path. And also, of course, being a father, it's also about listening to your children and trying to help them find their path.
You know, children have a trajectory that sometimes isn't exactly how you have it planned. He has 7 daughters from the 7 seas, Triton, and you know, all of them seem pretty much in alignment with how he sees them, except this one youngest daughter who has a different life that she sees in front of her. And sometimes that's really what it is. A parent has to hear what the child wants, and that's just who they are. She feels displaced. She feels she doesn't fit in where she lives and the being, in the body that she's in. So I think a lot of people will relate to that. You know, hopefully parents and children will see themselves in this. And it's a love. You know, you want to protect your child. You want to hold on to them, but really is about letting them find their own way and letting them go.
Du hast die Regeln gebrochen. Du warst an der Oberfläche.
Ein Mann wäre fast ertrunken. Ich musste ihm helfen.
Deine Besessenheit von den Menschen muss aufhören.
Ich will doch nur mehr über sie wissen. Arielle! Nicht!
Triton is, you know, thinking of himself and the mer people and losing his wife and, you know, and Arielle's mother and all that. But then when he finally goes, he's looking at her, really looking at her, going, you have to do this. And it's your life, not my life.
But how do we raise children not to become Ursula, but to become Arielle, who's just, she's so much, there's so much love, and she's so caring, and she's also very curious, which I think is something that we need humans to be curious about each other and about...
Exactly, not be afraid of others, yeah. You know, a lot of people are influenced by film. You know, a lot of children see film, and so hopefully this is a good role model, you know, and inspiring for kids to see this, and they say, oh wow, so, you know, I'm like Arielle, I have my own, you know, way of thinking, but I also am curious and interested in exploring and not sort of being prejudiced about other people and the kind of things, and building bridges to other cultures, you know, that kind of thing is very inspiring.
Yeah, and I think you also need time to let things settle into you. You can't just rush over everything and have the feeling that you have to have everything in life and you have to experience everything, because you also need some time to reflect on everything.
Yeah. I think of creativity as, you know, when we're children, we sort of breathe in. We breathe in the Disney classics, or we breathe in whatever we love, and then as adults, we put it back out into the world.
Did you ever thought that this kind of reaction would come out of that cast?
I actually was surprised, I have to be honest, because it feels so archaic to me. It feels from another century. Why are we really discussing this in 2023? It's so, just to be 100% transparent, you know, there was no agenda to cast a woman of color in the role. We literally looked, but no one surpassed the bar that Hallie set. I mean, the character needed to be so many things. It needed to be sing beautifully, obviously. That's part of the story. Needs to have an ethereal voice, but also be strong and passionate, but also loving and sort of open and warm and spirited, and somewhat innocent too. But I feel like, you know, the bonus of this casting that I didn't quite see coming, but I'm quite proud of, is the fact that when you see young girls and boys of color seeing themselves represented in this way, it's very moving to me. I mean, how can you not be moved? And then you realize, oh, maybe we haven't come as far as we should. You know, ultimately, hopefully we'll get to a place where you just cast the best person for the role, and that's the end of that, and who cares? That's all that should matter.
As you said before, Triton says she shouldn't lose her voice to be heard.
Right.
And sometimes I think in this social media world, everybody wants that attention, but maybe it's not the right attention.
Yes. I mean, social media, it really is a double-edged sword. The way to actually have your voice heard is really just to be true to yourself and try and block out all of that. I think that what you do is you focus on the things that you want and are special and that you feel deeply, and you try and like Arielle in the film, you try and go for that. You try and reach for that. And that's all you can do. I mean, that's really, that's the goal, and not to be afraid of that journey.
Er ist ein Mensch, du bist eine Meerjungfrau.
Das macht uns doch aber nicht zu